What did you say? Improving your listening skills. Based on the AccuVision Workforce Readiness System Customer Care Module Assessment, you will be focusing on this particular skill. Commitment to quality. Works and communicates with clients and customers to satisfy their expectations. Actively listens to customers to avoid misunderstandings. Determines customer need and improves customer relations by listening to customer comments and requests. How will you do this? By improving your listening skills. Did you know that we use listening the most in our lives, but we are taught listening the least? Hearing is not the same as listening. Hearing is passive. We use sound waves to make a connection to the brain. Listening is active. We have to select information, choose what information we'll respond to, and then decide how to respond. So why is listening so important? Listening is consistently ranked in the top 3 skills for both entry-level employees and existing employees who wish to be promoted. Would you believe that listening is ranked even more highly than GPA, which was ranked at number 11, or technology skill, which was ranked at number 5? And of course, leaders are known for having solid listening ability. So how can you improve? Part 1. Explore your listening style. The first thing that you'll want to do in exploring your listening style is to figure out what is your listening style. So ask yourself, what are the situations in which I have the most difficult time listening? When am I most likely to tune out when listening? How is my listening in daily conversations with friends or loved ones? Do I stay attentive or do I mentally stray from the conversation? How is my listening when I'm speaking with coworkers? Do I tend to miss key ideas? What strategies do I use for listening when I'm given important information, such as from a boss or a customer? Do I write things down or do I try to memorize all that I'm told? Do you fall into any of these habits? First, passive listening. Passive listening is when you listen, but others think you aren't listening because you may not look at the person or you are turned away from them. Defensive listening is when you listen just to defend yourself or to attack the other person. Information overload, well, that one's self-explanatory. Too much information is coming at you at once, and you can't possibly pay attention to all of it. Pseudo-listening is essentially fake listening. You give the impression of being a good listener, but you're not really taking in anything. So how can you improve? Part 2. Consider other factors that impact listening. Now let's talk about other threats to good listening. Noise includes both internal and external factors. Internal noise is our mind chatter. External noise is actual interference to our listening. This could be a dog barking or music being played too loudly. Our attitude also impacts our listening. If we already have a feeling about something, we are less likely to listen. Sometimes we gear up when we're in conversation, which means we only listen until we can get a word in edgewise. We're not really hearing the other person. Negative self-talk plays another role. How we feel about ourselves impacts how well we can listen to others. Intimidation also hinders listening. If a customer asks you a question you can't answer, you may find yourself stumped to answer further questions. End of this section. Please continue with Part 2.